What is going on, guys? This is Puppet 101, and today's going to be a little bit of a different video. Today we are going to be talking about one of the projects that I was talking about. So in one of my more recent videos, I mentioned that I was working on a lot of projects. Well, it's about time that I explain one of them. Me and very special guests joining into this call today, we are working on a video game. This is the guest. This is Alex Walter, otherwise known as
Spartan Prime!
And we are working on a video game called, the lighting is very off, Fury the Game. And I have no idea if this is going to be inverted or even if this is actually picking up audio. Who knows? But yes, me and...
I'm gonna do this to it. I like 50.
So, me and Alex have known each other since, what, 7th grade? Yeah, we've known each other for quite a long time, and it wasn't until 2019 before all this shit had to start. We decided we were going to make a game about kind of this little kind of, I don't know how to explain it, just kind of, I don't know. It's just, we just decided we were going to make a game. And right now we are in like the very, very early stages of the game. We're still making stuff from the game. And it is inspired by other games as well. It's inspired by... Oh, whoop, what happened?
I'm multitasking. I'm watching YouTube and helping you at the same time.
Ah, gotcha. My bad. So yeah, there's not a whole lot we know full on about the game yet, but we do have some of the basics down. And this game is actually also inspired by a few other games. There is... Okay, Alex, you're gonna have to help me out here. So what all games were inspiring for Fury? So there's Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. Some Star Wars in there. Halo. Skyrim. I know there's Skyrim in there. I think that might be it for now. But we have no idea where this game is going to take place, which is a huge bummer. So we're still trying to find out like a name. But we do have a bunch of this character list right here, which is all... There's still going to be more characters to come. Right now there's only like 12 characters on this right now, including both the pro and antagonists. So we have Alex, his sister Rosie. There's Frank and Dawn, otherwise what you guys might know them as Dave Afton Morningstar and Dawn Afton Morningstar. We have Jacob Pierce, which is actually inspired by a few protagonists of different games. So Jacob Pierce, just the name itself, was inspired by Jacob Fry from Assassin's Creed Syndicate and Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs. Although they have like none of like this, although I don't think Jacob will have the same kind of personality as Jacob or Aiden. Then we have, then there's me in there, mixed in there with everything. And then the main antagonist of the game, Darth Tron, otherwise known as the Monster. We call Tron the Monster. Why do we call him the Monster exactly? Why don't we just call him by Tron? Just out of question.
Because his voice doesn't sound human. He has bat wings.
Oh yeah, right.
Sorry, my sister was laughing about it.
And then we've got like a whole crap ton of character info. I'll put this in probably like a second part to this. Oh, me when I'm pissed off. Ooh. Yeah.
That reminds me of Alistair from Hatchet Hotel.
It does! Oh, right! It's also connected... Well, I'm probably going to have to, if I ever do get a chance to email VivzyPop, I will ask her if we could make this game in the same universe. But as of right now, we only have 2 characters on like the full character information list. We have me and Alex on here.
To make another episode of the Heisman Hotel. I am so wanting it.
Actually, I don't know how often we're gonna get those, but I did see a video of her saying like, so she's taking a break from it. This was a video that was posted not long after Hasbin Hotel was posted. So they were taking a little bit of a break from Hasbin Hotel, but then they're gonna start back up on it again, and I think they're working on it right now. I'm not positive. The only reason we haven't heard about anything is because she's gonna drop like an entire season at once, not just like one episode at a time. Just boom, entire season.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. She better post it on YouTube, by the way.
I'm pretty sure if the pilot is just posted, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be bought by anybody yet. I think you need like 100 or more episodes in order to do that. But yeah, that is already the entire fucking notebook gone. Fuck. But we do have a little bit of the character, or not the character. Come on, me. We have a little bit of the.
You know what you do when you do that? No.
And okay, so we do have a few mission things kind of already kind of like we already kind of have like an idea of what the soundtrack is probably going to sound like, as well as what some of the mission looks are going to be like. Like, wait, what? Damn it. I spat everywhere. That's gross. Me and Alex kind of have an idea of what the mission setup is going to look like what the missions are going to be. But to kind of give you guys like a basic on what this game is, it is a third-person action and adventure game. It's probably going to be more towards like what you would imagine like Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs to be, if you have seen anything like that, because I don't know how many of my viewers actually watch video games. Shit. But it's basically going to be more towards like what Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed might be like, just like with like the whole like third-person shooter kind of thing. Excuse me, that was. But yeah, there was that. Alex, you still there? You went completely silent all of a sudden.
Sorry. Still watching YouTube.
No, you're fine. You just went completely silent. I was like, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. If I wasn't there, the phone would have hanged up. Duh.
Oh. What the fuck was my face doing? I was like oh, face. Yeah, it's a third-person action-adventure game. Again, the setting of the game, like where it's going to take place, me and Alex have no clue where this is going to take place. Because, again, like we even though we've been working on this game for 2 years, we still don't know that much on the game. We know, like, these, like, different, like, weapon types and, like, what the main story is going to be. We kind of have some of the side missions kind of planned. So let's kind of just get this out of the way first. So the whole premise of the game is there's a team called Fury, and in that group there are because there's a prologue and an epilogue to the game. There are 3 people during the prologue and 4 people during the game and epilogue. The 3 members of this team at the time of the prologue are Alex, me, and Rosie, and we're all hunting down this thing called the monster, or Darth Tron, who's a real asshole. He kills people just for the fun of it. And yeah, he's a real asshole. He's gonna be like Micah Bell from Red Dead Redemption 2. He's gonna be like one of those guys that you're just gonna hate and just be like, can I shoot this dude in the head yet? He's gonna be one of those. Hopefully. It might be a little hard considering this is gonna be like a 60-hour game. I'm pretty sure we can pull it off. Hopefully. Right, Alex?
Yep.
So some of the side missions that we kind of have in there. So it's not going to be, so the setting of the place isn't going to be like this. Well, there is going to be like a whole like bustling kind of city. Is that the term? I hope that's the term. Otherwise, I am in a lot of trouble. But what's going on is, so, because we don't have like the entire like map kind of figured out yet, but like there's gonna be like a small bit that's like the actual like city, and then we have like this like forested area and a whole bunch of like other things. So like some of the side missions we came up with were kind of like bounty hunter contracts. So like you can kind of like find people and whatnot. Oh shit! I completely zoned out. Shit. Okay, so after the prologue. So during the prologue, there's me, Alex, and Rosie in at the beginning of the game, and then after the prologue, it's just Alex in Fury, I think, because me and Rosie were killed by Tron, I think, and like eventually like Alex finds out that we're alive. Well, I don't know how Alex is gonna approach with Rosie being alive. That's up to him. I'm just gonna kind of appear out of fucking nowhere. I'm just gonna like come around the corner and be like, "Hello."
Rosie would probably just do what, like, I would be in a pickle and then she would show up. Like, I actually made this scene. I made this scene in Roblox where, in this Halo universe roleplay, I was on the ground and I was about to be attacked by more Covenant elites, but then Rosie shows up with the Sword of Sigourney Helios, which is basically the Covenant separatists, and they show up and save my life. So basically, that technically Rosie would be actually showing up with a bunch of other soldiers of the army of the Republic. But that was just how I was gonna introduce it.
And I just kind of, and then I just kind of like, like kind of like the same thing. Like if you and like Rosie were in like a pickle, I'd just be showing up like, hey.
I was expecting you to do the more General Kenobi thing. Just drop down and said,
"Hello there, General Kenobi. I spat everywhere." And then after the prologue of the game, there would be that would introduce the fourth protagonist, Jacob, and he goes after the monster by himself, which is, I mean, kind of stupid on his part, but I mean, at the same time, not really, because he doesn't really know the monster that well. And to give you a little bit of background on Jacob, the reason he hunts down the monster, the main reason he hunts him down is because the monster killed his parents. Well, more like his entire family. It was just him and his parents, so it would just be his parents. But either way, kill his parents, so he's like, fuck this, who is this guy? I'm gonna hunt him down. And he gets thrown through a wall at some point, and then Alex kind of joins into the fight. I think that's how that's gonna play out. And then like Act 1 will kind of commence, and then eventually Rosie regroups with Alex, and then I'll regroup with Alex and Rosie and Jacob, and we live happily ever after. No, not really. What happens is we try and hunt down the monster, And what actually ends up happening as well is like the monster has like these like growing forces. So it's gonna be a little bit like Prototype in the way like the infections kind of worked. Where like when you started off the game, there's like no infection anywhere. But once you finish the game, there was like 50% of the city was just plain just infection. So it's gonna be kind of like that. Although it's not gonna be as hard as Prototype. It's definitely gonna be more like again Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed, where it's more easy in like the combat's definitely gonna be easy. But yeah, that's how that's going to work. And the game is going, well, the ending of the main story, not the epilogue, but the main story would be um, me, Alex, Rosie, and Jacob all kill the monster. And then the game will kind of move on to like an epilogue where like we're all kind of like, yeah, this is kind of cool. And then we kind of like have like our own like last, like, we kind of have like our own last speech kind of thing. Like we each say like our own kind of like last speech, and there's definitely gonna be like DLC. And the thing being, like this is probably going to be because I still don't know how we're gonna do this game. Because the very original idea we had for this was that it would be completely anonymous. Like only me and Alex and Rosie would be getting a copy of the game. Nobody else. Well, people that have helped with the game would get a copy of the game. Let's put it that way. So like if like Ian helped, then yeah, he would get a copy of the game. Um, but then we moved to like YouTubers, like so that way we're not wasting a whole bunch of time making this game. At least we're kind of putting our game like slightly out there. But I'm kind of thinking like maybe like we could put like fully like public, like maybe like on Steam or something for free, so that way because there's gonna be like a whole shit ton of copyright stuff in there. A lot of copyrighted songs, probably a lot of songs that are gonna sound similar to like probably like a bunch of songs that I'm gonna make that sound close to what other people have made, and they're gonna be like, hey, that's my song. So probably gonna be like that. So if we're not making money off of this, then I don't think we would have a problem. And then like everything as well is also going to be free as well. So there's not going to be like a whole like Ubisoft Club kind of thing within the game either. You're not going to need that. There's not going to be a Fang and Prime Club. That's this like made up company me and Alex kind of came up with, Fang and Prime. Um, and so yeah, like all like the DLCs and everything are going to be free. You don't need to pay for those. But yeah, we're still kind of trying to find out like what the DLCs are going to be like. We were thinking of like a Has-Been Hotel kind of DLC, although I don't know how that's going to work. Again, I'm going to have to probably try and find out like a way to ask like VisiPop like, hey, is this cool or anything like that. So definitely something like that. And then there's going to be like an SCP DLC, SCP, something like that. There's gonna be a DLC on that. Yeah. So we're gonna have some fun. Side missions. I completely zoned out on those as well. So side missions, we had the bounty hunter posters. Okay, so I'm gonna use a few other games for reference here. So the whole bounty hunting thing. It could be like Red Dead Redemption 2. You tear off a poster and it'll have somebody's name on there. Uh-oh. Reconnecting. Oh, boy. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the stream too much. Actually, this is more of a beta thing right now. This is just me recording, and then this just pops up saying reconnecting. So I don't know if that's going to be there. Get off my screen. No, I don't want to see the launcher. How do you get this thing off the screen? There we go. You can kind of see it, but not that much. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oops. Well, that fucking worked, didn't it? Okay. I guess... Here, hang on really quick. I'm gonna edit this out, hopefully. Yeah, now you get to see all my friends. Nice. Okay, can I just... Oh boy. He's connecting. For some reason, the thing closed. I don't know why that happened.
I don't know what happened. I was just talking to RHM, and then that happened.
So yeah, the bounty hunting thing, that's gonna be kind of like Red Dead Redemption 2. You tear off a poster, there's gonna be a dude on there, you gotta go find him and bring him to the jail or wherever. Then there's gonna be horseback riding, because me and Alex have both ridden horses before. It's fun. It does get scary though. Well, for me, it gets scary. Huh?
My dad was at the door. Sorry about that.
Ah, you're fine. But yeah, there was that. What other side activities did we come up with, Alex?
Like collecting. I don't remember. The bounty hunter thing was the only one I remember.
Yeah, and then I remember the horseback riding. Um, well, we're still probably gonna think on that for a little bit. And then there's gonna be like a whole crap ton of Easter eggs. Like you're not gonna go down like Main Street without running into at least like one Easter egg. However, the way I said that, yeah, you're not gonna go down like Main Street of the city and not run into like 10 Easter eggs, because the game's gonna be like jam packed with like a whole crap ton of like Easter eggs referencing a lot of things. Me and Alex and Rosie and Jacob are all gonna say like references to stuff, probably. But yeah, that's pretty much the game for now. I mean, we're still kind of finding out how to do this, and plus we also need to learn how to code and everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be easy how to know how to code. I mean, you just basically go on the computer and you just go, and then you got like a giant code in for like an entire like section of a game. I think that's how that's gonna work. Yeah. All right. Alex, you still there?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm gonna do my outro, and I would like for you to be here.
Okay.
Okay, so that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, please like the video. Alex, thanks for joining me. If this even worked, I don't know if this worked or not. So, but if it did work, thanks for joining me.
No problem.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
High five us all around.